Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline, and today I'd like to share with you my thoughts on a new moon ritual to help you manifest things that you've already set in motion. Okay? Or maybe you haven't set anything in motion and you're starting brand new. That's perfect. This is the perfect phase. Okay? So, new moons, this is what it means in metaphysical terms. This is at least one of the meanings, okay? In my understanding, my interpretation. So a new moon is when the moon is in the dark. You can't see it. When you look up at the sky, you can't see it. It's the invisible phase. The way I perceive it, it's as if the moon is back in the womb or back in the soil. You can't see it. It's there, but it's working a different kind of magic, the kind of magic that you can't see with the visible eye. Okay? So to me, what it means is it's a time to go within for introspection. And when you have goals, projects, dreams that are in the works, the new moon is a great phase to just go back into your little bubble, into your little cocoon, and sit down with what you've written for yourself, what you decided that you were going to do, and review where you're at according to what has already been done, if this is a plan that was already in motion, or at least to write up a plan if ever you hadn't started anything. Okay? So it's time for you to be with yourself, be with your dreams, be with your heart, with what motivates you, what you're passionate about, what you envision for your life. And it doesn't have to be like the big picture dream, It can also be something that you'd like to achieve, you'd like to create, you'd like to manifest within the next 6 months, 3 months, next few weeks. It's really up to you. So let's say I'll take myself as an example, all right? So at the last full moon, okay, October 1st, October 2nd, I had made a plan, okay? I had already finished something. So the full moon is a complete manifestation of something that was in the works, right? And so I had manifested something. I had finished my yoga teacher training at that time. So full manifestation complete. And then from there, I set myself new goals that were now based off the fact that I'd finished this training. So my goals were in relation to me as a yoga teacher and how it relates to everything else that I do in my life. So I set up a plan. I wrote down some goals. I said, okay, within the next 3 months, I'd like to achieve this. Within the next month, by the next full moon, I'd like to achieve this. And these couple of things are related to the 3-month plan, at least by the end of 2020. Okay? So now that we're in the new moon phase, so it's been 2 weeks since I wrote down those steps, those action steps to take. Now I'm going to sit down with what I wrote, and I'm going to take that on one side, and on the other side, I'm going to have what I've been doing or what I've done, what's worked, what hasn't. I'm just going to have both of these lists together. I'm just going to review everything. So it's just me sitting down with my project and, okay, reviewing everything. How has it been going? What has been working? What hasn't been working? What do I need to tweak? And this, and that. For instance, in my goals, I had, starting a YouTube channel, like really starting it and putting out videos. And I told myself I wanted to put out 2 videos per week. And not just to put out videos, but at least give quality information. And so the first 2 weeks, I was busy doing other things. And then finally, I was able to put out a video, which I did my first one a couple of days ago. And so when I reviewed what I had written, I saw that, okay, you know what? I couldn't really start off putting out 2 videos each week as of that moment when I decided to do that, because I saw that I was too busy doing other things that were equally important. So then I was able to just, okay, I'm gonna have to tweak this, tweak that. And now that I can put out the videos, that I have more time, that I'm committed, then I see how I can include them in my schedule, especially with the fact that because of, what's going on right now in the world, I had to rearrange my life in a certain way. So I didn't have time for the videos. So life sometimes happens and it'll shift things that you're trying to manifest. It'll change the direction of, okay, I was going to take this action step, but now that's not working. I can't teach at the studio anymore, so I'm going to have less classes to teach, and I'll be teaching online. So it changes how I was going to move forward with my yoga teaching career. So now, because of all that, all the shifts that happened, it affected my YouTube channel ventures, you see. But now I've rearranged my schedule accordingly, and I see that, okay, now I can do this. I have this other project that I'm working on, and it's me creating like some jewelry or accessories, little things like that. And I had a project. I told myself, okay, within the month, by the end of the month, by the next full moon, which is on October 31st, I wanted to at least have an Etsy page up and 5 pieces to put out there. But with the way things have been going and all the work that I have to do on something else, something that's taking more time in my coaching practice, I was unable to sit down and just create. So then I saw, okay, well, this wasn't necessarily realistic for the next month, at least by the next full moon. So I'm going to take that and put it for next month. This month, I'm going to be able to focus on my coaching practice, rearranging everything for the yoga. And then once that's settled, at least to a certain level, then I'll have more time and the creativity and the inspiration to create, accessories. Okay. So new moons are times for that, to go within and just to see what has been done. And then, comparing that to what you had initially set for yourself and then just tweaking it. Okay. Take this time to go within. And different ways that you can do rituals for that is, of course, the classic saging the room, lighting up a candle, and taking deep breaths in and out to calm the mind, calm the spirit, meditate, and just see, okay, does anything come up within me? So once you've done the work, you sit down and you just meditate on everything, allow it to sink in, and then wait for a message, a sign, a shift within. Intuitively, you'll know, okay, this is what should be done from now on, or this is the next step that I should take. And if nothing comes to mind, then that's fine. Just let it sleep. Allow it to be in the dark, in the soil, in the womb. Something's working out. And you have to have clear intentions, of course, because if you have resistance or if you're, all over the place with what you're trying to manifest, then it'll be hard to have a clear answer. So you can have different projects going on like I do, but you have a clear intention for your projects, for each individual projects. And that's why I think it's good to have big dreams, but to also have like the short-term goals to achieve, which will take you to the big dream eventually. Okay. So now you could focus on that. So instead of overwhelming ourselves with, okay, this is what I want to do, and it's this huge thing. Well, okay, the huge thing is great, but now back to step 1 or step 2, wherever I'm at, and see, okay, what can I do today? What's the small step that will take me to the next small step? But each of these small steps eventually will get me to the big thing. And new moons are perfect times for that, to reflect, to go within, do some introspection. Just light a candle. You can sage the room, like I said, or you can just light some incense just to change the vibe, to put yourself in a meditative space. You can even put a little drop of lavender oil on your wrist. Make sure you're not allergic. If you've never tried, just put a little drop, leave it for 24 hours and see if you have a reaction, okay? And if you don't, then that's great. Put a little lavender oil. You can just pass your hands in front of your eyes, in front of your nose, breathe it in, and even around your auric field. Okay, that's what I like to do. And this way, it just changes the vibe, it changes the mood, it changes the energy around you. It puts us in a more calm state. And it's when we're in a calm state within that it's easier to hear what's going on inside and to hear, to listen, to catch the messages that are coming from our intuition. And sometimes it's just a whisper. But if we're so loud here, there's a lot of chitty chatter, then it's hard to like catch that whisper. It can come and you lose it. You won't hear it. So put yourself in that space and then just sit with it. Sit with the information and allow it to speak to you. Your dream has a life, okay? As crazy as this is gonna sound, I don't care, but this is how I see it. Our dreams have a life. They have their own lives. And your dream chose you because you are the perfect person to bring it forth. And given the fact that it has its own life, it has its own needs, its own necessities, its own workings, its own, self, it'll let you know. It will let you know what to do to make it work. It'll speak to you. It'll let you know. Kind of like a baby. When they cry, the mothers, they can tell, like their baby can cry a certain cry. It's out, they're hungry. They cry a different cry. Oh, the diaper needs to be changed. Or they cry another cry. I think the baby's sleepy. That's a sleepy cry. You see what I mean? It's the same thing with your dreams. See it as your baby. It knows what it needs and when it needs it. But you as the parent, or at least as the the one who will bring it to life, as its guardian, as its creator, you have to listen. You have to stop what you're doing, stop analyzing everything all the time. Sometimes it's good to analyze, but not all the time. There's a time for that, but there's also a time to go within, shut up, and listen. And your dream will speak to you. Your project will speak to you. It'll let you know this is the next necessary step to take us to the next level so we can, keep moving forward and keep manifesting, or at least to come into full manifestation at some point. Okay? So in theory, it's not like this big ritual that I have to share with you. It's just a little way of life practice. I follow the moon phases. They help me, set up a schedule to see, okay, when it comes to my projects or when it comes to different things, even my women's cycles, according to the moon phases, it helps me to keep track and to always check in with myself. I always have, like, every week I have, this time to check in with myself. But every 2 weeks for the new moons and the full moons, I really do this specific ritual where I sit down and really go within. And for the full moon, I'll be sharing what I do at that time. That's more specific. But you see, you don't even have to do anything super complicated. Just a little candle, maybe some sage, some incense, essential oil if you have. Use lavender or something that really calms you down. And just quiet yourself after you've looked at the information, just to at least get the ball rolling in here. And then you have to find a way, it's not easy, but just let it go. Once you've looked at everything over, let it go. Take a few deep breaths. Be still. And wait. Listen. It'll reveal itself to you. And if not now, then maybe later tonight in a dream, or maybe through someone that you'll speak to, or maybe you'll hear a song and something will come in the song and you'll be like, oh my God, what that person just said in the song is like, it was the answer to your question. It could come through a billboard that you're seeing while you're driving by on a street. It can come in any type of way. Life can speak to us in so many languages. We just have to quiet ourselves within so we can pay attention and listen and open our first eye and see. So I invite you to try that. Let me know how it works for you. It works for me. So that's why I'm sharing it with you, because I'm pretty sure it can help you as well. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try this, or if what you do, what are some new moon rituals that you do for your manifestations. And happy manifesting. On that note, have fun creating. You're here to do that. Enjoy your time on this planet. Create, create, create. Have a blessed day.